Now, some video has just come into CNN that we're going to bring to you. It appeared a short time ago on YouTube, and while it may look like a drunken university party, it actually shows the depth of lawlessness and anarchy in Libya. Take a look. Now, this video purports to show members of a local militia having a raucous pool party at the US Embassy in Tripoli. US staff evacuated the embassy last month, and the US ambassador to Libya is not in the country. She says the video appears to show a residential part of the compound, but on the whole, she's assured the embassy has not been ransacked.